You better be there when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my true to love, true to love. Ooh, I love it. Crank it up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this.
Break it down like this.
You better grab that tambourine. Bring the bass, we might be wicked. We may be forced to cause a scene. Make some trouble, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my true to love, true to love. Ooh, I love it. Crank it up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this.
Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone is doing good. Please remember to hit that thumbs up button and that subscribe button. We are powering towards 40,000 subscribers. Super duper duper excited about that. Thank you so much, everyone. Old and new. All right, couple stories to get through today, and I'm going to try and get through them as quickly as possible because I still have a very bad throat and a very, very bad cough. So please do bear with me. Oh my goodness, Pelena, you said I am now cancer free. Thank you guys for your prayers. Thank God for his blessings. God bless you indeed, Pelena. You won an incredible fight. And thank you so much always for your generosity and for being here and being such an amazing community member. I'm so happy to hear that you are well. And everyone, please send another prayer to Pelena that she is able to continue living cancer free. So happy to hear that. Thank you for sharing that, Pelena. I see who else is here. Vera, hey Vera, how you doing? Hey Church Nelly, hey Rosa. All right, let's get to it. Some rather interesting things to get through today. Okay, so first of all, let's start with some good news. So we have some concept images for the Invictus Center that is going to be set up in Abuja, Nigeria. And these are the design concepts here. So it's mixing modern with traditional African elements. And in a report from People magazine, an exclusive report, Harry got goosebumps over the project supporting for veterans and service personnel after being shown the design for a groundbreaking new center that takes his worldwide help for veterans to a new level. The tranquil looking facility, and it does indeed look tranquil, which is proposed for Abuja, Nigeria, will provide a haven of physical and mental rehabilitation for wounded service personnel, the center's architect and Nigerian Armed Forces hope. And this is exactly why Harry and Meghan are going to be opened with welcome arms in so many different countries. I saw a report from some mayor in Australia who wanted to welcome Harry and Meghan back. And of course, we all remember how well Harry and Meghan did whenever they went to the Oceania region, how they were received, how they were cheered on, and how everybody was so excited to see them. So to see them go back to places like that where they're already popular and go to new places that they haven't been, it's going to be incredible. And yes, those invitations are being extended. So very excited to see what else Invictus brings to the table wherever they go. And this is just a glimpse, a great win for Nigeria. And hopefully other African nations will start getting involved in Invictus as well. All right. Some not so good news, but rather scandalous news. The Washington Post. The Washington Post is owned by Jeff Bezos. He bought it. It's a news outlet in the US. But the lead editor, well, CEO rather, who was chosen by Bezos to be the CEO, um, there was a directive for the editors at the Washington Post to not link the recent story that's come out about Prince Harry and his court case to the Post CEO, Will Lewis. Now, Will Lewis is also the former editor of the Daily Telegraph and currently the publisher of the Washington Post. He has been accused in the High Court of perverting the court of justice as the phone hacking scandal reached its climax while he was working for Rupert Murdoch in London. So this is a guy who was involved in the hacking scandal, and for whatever reason, um, he's been given, the CEO position of um, the Washington Post. But I'm going to read an article because uh, it also gives a couple of other details that I feel like weren't in the Sky News report that I read out yesterday. So if you listened to the podcast yesterday, I read the Sky News report. But even when I was reading that, I could tell that there was so much that they were missing out because obviously the UK press don't want to show that Harry had any type of win, and there was a win for him in that decision, but they played it down quite a bit and led with the loss, obviously. So, Washington Post downplays Prince Harry's allegations against Post CEO. A top Washington Post editor instructed editors Tuesday night not to promote a story about the controversy involving the paper's new CEO, Will Lewis. So much for democracy and freedom of press. On Tuesday, a court in the United Kingdom ruled that Prince Harry could introduce new amendments in a lawsuit against Rupert Murdoch's News Corp over phone hacking, including one alleging that Lewis, then a News Corp executive, was involved in a plan to delete emails regarding the phone hacking after the scheme was revealed. Now, you see, none of that was in the Sky News report that I read out yesterday. None of it. The Washington Post published a detailed story about the ruling on Tuesday, noting Lewis's role and his denials of wrongdoing. But in the hours after the story was published, editors sought to downplay it. In an email to some staff um, Tuesday evening newsletter, Elena Zak issued a brief directive with the subject line, "Don't distribute this story," linking to Tuesday's development. Please do not put this Prince Harry story in any of your newsletters, she wrote. Tut, tut, tut. The email contained no additional information explaining why the paper did not want the story included in its newsletters. A Post employee familiar with the situation told Semaphore after the story was published that Tuesday's email was a result of some internal miscommunication between editors Shaw, Jan, Shaw. The Post declined to explain what happened, but provided a statement from managing editor Meta Gold. The Post is committed to covering this topic and all stories independently, rigorously, and fairly. Shaw, Jan. We had routine discussions about the promotion of this piece across our platforms. Right. While the years-long lawsuit has not dominated headlines in the US, Lewis appointed to the top job at the Washington Post and recent court filings have revitalized interest in the story in media circles. Prince Harry and 40 other plaintiffs have alleged that Lewis attempted to cover up executives' role in the scandal by helping to justify the erasure of emails that could have contained details about the scandal. Remember, we're talking about almost 30 million emails. 30 million emails that are missing and may never be retrieved. Lewis has denied wrongdoing publicly and to the Washington Post newsroom and said that he was brought in after the scandal to write things up. He told staff he does not want to discuss the issue further. Of course he doesn't. Okay, so the plot thickens, and I think it's going to get even more thick as we move towards that January 2025 court date. Right. And Lewis, she said, Invictus Games highlighted that countries should take better care of their veterans who serve their countries unconditionally and they should not be neglected on their return in whatever conditions. That exactly. All right. On to the next thing. Very interesting cover for Tatler. So a Zambian artist, a British Zambian artist, Miss Hannah Uzor, was commissioned to do this cover of Tatler. Like I really want to be proud because she's a British Zambian, but I'm like, girl, why did you do this to yourself? As talented as you clearly are, because the comment section was absolutely brutal. A lot of people were saying this does not look like Kate, and who is this? Now, obviously, I recognize the dress straight away. This is the Jenny Packham that Kate wore to a Palace event not too long ago. But a lot of people saying that it just does not look like her. And it is rather interesting, very, very interesting that they chose Tatler, who've done stories on Kate before, including one puff piece that went a little bit wrong. Who remembers that Catherine the Great? Actually, that Catherine the Great feature that Tatler did, that is the reason why I found the Sussex Squad podcast. One day randomly when I was searching through YouTube, I landed on that podcast that day. That was one of the most legendary podcasts they ever did. Never laughed so hard. But here we are again, Kate with a Tatler cover, but a painting portrait. So still no clear photo. We've gone from Photoshop images to fake videos to maybe not AI videos to now paintings. Very interesting. So we still don't have any updated picture or video of Kate. Wow. Okay, I'll go to your comments. Looks like Princess Marie of Denmark. A little bit, doesn't it? Actually, if you zoom in, it looks more like her mother than her. Lightside actually pointed this out to me. Yeah, Faith, that's what people were saying in the comment section. Like, who is that? Who is that? Anywho, I just thought that was interesting. No new updated photos. Also, this came out today. Breaking news from Sky: royal family, to put engagements on hold to avoid distraction from election campaign. They will literally use any excuse not to do the little work with the small W, just any excuse to do less and less and less work. 5 minutes ago, we were talking about how because of this whole, Charles's sickness and Kate's sickness, that we were going to have work from home royals, work from my palace and my castle royals. Like the pandemic didn't end already, and we're not already all back to the offices. They're still talking about being work from home royals. I don't even understand this because I cannot ever remember at any point in my life as a British citizen this family setting aside their dramas and palavers to be sensitive to the election campaign. And quite frankly, the royals have not affected the election campaign, the results of the election campaign, or how the election campaign is swayed for centuries. They really don't have a bearing in terms of what way things go with the election. There are many other factors. I think they're overestimating their influence here. As Daniela D said, I am British. I've been around the block a couple of times over the years and never know the royal family to postpone an engagement which may divert attention or distract from a general election campaign before seems very convenient considering whatever is going on behind the scenes of the royal family. And I do believe that this is because there is something going on behind palace doors. I think there is something. I think they're trying to paint it as, oh, the royal family are putting engagements on hold, but it seems to me like they're putting some kind of announcement on hold or something. Mind you, whatever that is, just to be clear, it's not going to have a bearing on the on the election. I mean, just yesterday, there's all these stories coming out about the United Kingdom's waterway systems and contaminated waters. So really, the least of our worries is whatever is going on with the royals. If anything, I guess if it's very dramatic, whatever it may end up being a distraction. But the news media have a choice. They don't have to cover that story, and we can move on and focus on what actually matters when it comes to the general election. Anywho, William was out and about. It's garden party season. Here's your new slim down monarchy, looking like an absolute twig right now. Camilla and Charles were not at this one. They had their little garden party thing before. But you had William at this one. I think Beatrice and Eugenie also came because this was looking a little bit too slim. So they brought in the reinforcements. Now Earthworm, as we lovingly call it here, is going to be going to Cape Town, South Africa. And as this person on Twitter rightly said, Prince William will be in Cape Town in November. Let's wait and see if the royal expert had the same Aris meltdown about another African country as they did with Nigeria. Exactly. South Africa should not forget the way in which the British tabloids and the talking heads on the likes of Talk TV and GB News, some of the things that they were saying were absolutely disgusting. Mind you, Nigeria is a Commonwealth country. So I hope Nigeria was listening to that as well. How these so-called journalists were talking about Nigeria. And you can absolutely bet that when it comes to Earthworm and William, when he goes to South Africa, oh, they'll be singing praise about South Africa and William being in Africa, and the narrative is going to completely and utterly shift. And you're really going to double stand, as we always do. Because it's not that it's not okay when when Harry and Meghan do something. It's the fact that they are doing it and doing it better than the other royals. Can I just say thank you so much to Y Davis for your contribution, and also to Dorothy Ross. Dorothy, I hope you had the most amazing. I think it was your 60th birthday. Can we all give a round of applause? And happy birthday to Miss Dorothy Ross. Well, where is my round of applause? Where's my round of here it is. Thank you so much, Dorothy Ross, for your continued generosity. Really do appreciate you. Um, okay. Rahini, the artist in Secret Squaddy. I mean, she's Zambian, so she may, she may well be. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a very beautiful painting. Otherwise, it just doesn't look like her. Don't want to diss the artist. Um, yeah, the royal family now remote employees. Indeed. I mean, the audacity to say I'm working from home when your home is literally a palace. Working from palace? Jeez. Yeah, working from yachts. Rahini, could it be that they are afraid the Tories will lose? That's neither here nor there because the Labour leadership are acting like Tories right now. So honestly, I don't actually think it makes a difference. Unfortunately, that's where we are now in the UK. Keir Starmer has been a great disappointment. But he is the head of the Labour Party, so until we get another Labour leader, we'll just have to deal with that. Helen, you said, and I have been a royal watcher since about 9 years old. Since the 1960s, I have never known them to use the general election as an excuse. This exactly. So that means two things. They're either trying to find another excuse to be even more lazy, or there is something going on behind closed doors that is actually so earth shattering that it will not necessarily sway the election, but it could potentially be a massive media distraction. That's how I'm reading it. Okay. Next thing. Did I mention this in yesterday's podcast? Did we laugh about this? William being named third sexiest man of 2024. Jeremy Clarkson was number 1 and Piers Morgan was number 40. Right down there at number 40. My theory about this is whoever is putting out this story is probably trying to get backlinks and clicks and views. Because every single time they come out with this William sexiest man alive, sexiest bold man alive, or whatever, it goes stupidly viral. So either two theories. Number one, there is some company behind this trying to get backlinks and clicks. Or number two, a great number in the United Kingdom need to go to Specsavers. It needs to be government policy that everybody gets free eye tests if this is actually legitimate, because I don't believe that it is. But a great laugh. Hardy ha ha ha. Okay. Next thing. Hey, do you know what? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Gotta be someone out there who finds William sexy. Rose definitely does. All right. I think I'm actually gonna wrap things up there. Just because I'm so sorry, folks. Like my throat is really playing up on me, and I don't actually want to talk for too long. And we've been going for like almost 25 minutes, so I'm so sorry. That's the most I can do for today, and the other stories aren't that important anyway. We can talk about it tomorrow. But thank you as always. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe button on your way out. If you want to join memberships, please do join via Buy Me a Coffee. It's better than joining through YouTube. And enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Thank you as always, folks. See you later. Ciao.
You better turn up. You better be there when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my true love, true love.
like this.